Thanks for being here. I see some of you are here already. There's, I don't know, 10 or so folks.
How's it going?
How's it going? There's Dano right there.
So what's up? How's it going? Yo, what's up? How you doing?
How you doing? Oh, man, I got your camera too low. Darn it. Can you squash your chair down a little bit? I can't measure your height. There we go. There. Cool. Perfect.
Now I feel like a hobbit.
Now you feel like a hobbit? I can move the camera.
Right. No. I'm
Adjusting the camera this way is a little bit different than
It's
normal,
fine.
though.
It's fine.
All right. I got to adjust my hair. What the hell is going
What's
on?
up, everybody? Come and join us. Come and join us in the sunlight.
Do you enjoy the Fritz in the cowboy outfit stuff? Jay Stevens says, I ordered more lights today.
Sweet.
So, yeah, we posted a little funny bit that we did a few weeks ago on live.
Oh, it's so good.
Jay was a good sport. He posted some pictures to have proof that what we're talking about is true.
He validated me.
He validated you so clearly.
Most people just hate me.
That's right. But
and go around and tell everyone how big of a piece of junk I am.
But he validated you.
But Jay validated me.
Tom Henry's wondering where the Heil mics are. Well, these are Heil as well.
These are Heils.
These are. But our purple ones are, they're right behind me. You can see.
You need to use your left hand.
Okay.
I think people can see them. Down. Just a point up.
They're right there.
Oh,
God, this is the worst ever. Right there.
They can see them.
They can see them. I know. I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. Oh, Jay says, I love you. We love you too, Jay. Appreciate that very much.
We love Jay Stevens.
We're in the back for decoration. That's what Jared says. I like the lights on the drums back there. They're badass. Yeah, you like them? I made him do a little something extra. I'm taking some lighting lessons from Jared lately. And Jay and Tom, actually. All three of them, right? Since they're all here.
I don't take any lessons
Since
from Jared.
They're all here. I'm just saying. Whatever. You're so mean.
Jared said they're in the back now.
So
referring to the audio roast mugs.
Oh, you saw them.
I'm assuming that's what he means.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. Where's it at? Yep. They're in the back for decoration. Well, I was talking about the Heil mics, the purple mics, when that comment came through. So I don't know if he's talking about his
he might have been talking mugs. About that. Okay.
So Jay is requiring something of me right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can do this from this far away, but I will. I can't.
You can't do it from that far away.
He didn't say camera adjustment anyway. He said cleavage adjustment. So this is just for Jay since he was such a good sport. There you go, buddy. There you go. Is that better?
Oh,
is that
man.
all right? All right. Thanks for being here. Yay. How you feeling, babe?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. How you feeling?
I actually don't feel great.
He's been kind of sickly today. You're feeling all right. You look good. Look how good you look.
Oh, stop.
You do.
So what's going on with everyone? I've already said that 600 times, and I'd like to know.
Yeah. So tell
we
us.
Got the snow.
We finally got the snow.
We got the snow.
Finally got the snow.
It's actually, I think it feels pretty close to what they predicted too.
Yeah.
I'm about a foot deep drift up against my van.
Yeah. I mean, you went out there to get
the big yellow bird.
Get something out of the big yellow bird, and yeah,
it's deep.
Higher than your ankles, wasn't it?
It was higher than my ankles.
Almost to your knees.
Easily.
Yeah. Totes, man.
Jared says audio roast mugs on the bongos.
That's right. There they are. Look back.
That's a tough one.
I know. I put it there on purpose.
They're kind of like camouflaged.
They're super far away. And
what else? Jared says, what else?
But you notice what I did? I put the lights on twinkle so they'd be it would kind of like draw your eye back there.
Tom says I have COVID and he's wondering if he can catch it over the internet.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure that you can, but we would have to ask Joe Rogan to see if he knows whether or not the vid can be caught over the internet.
Right. We'll have to ask Joe when we see him next. We'll ask him at Podcast Con or wherever that is. Yeah. I don't know where that is, if that exists.
I see Jared here just being mean like he always is.
Oh, yeah.
Super mean to me. I'm always very, very nice to him.
Always.
And he's like, if we could have caught something on the internet, we would have gave us something years ago.
For sure. Right behind that speaker. If you're looking for tissues. Okay. He's got issues, so he's going to get tissues. I'm so cute. Let's see. Story time. Hi, Jody Guy. He's here tonight. He says, liquor, you hope to never drink again due to ridiculous amounts of. That's a great topic. We've covered kind of some things on here before about what kind of liquor we swear to never drink again, and then it happens. You know, we never really give it up.
Someone give a story time?
Yeah, Jody Guy. Jody Guy gave us a story time. He even hashtagged it. He hashtagged story time.
And what is it again? Liquor you hope to never drink again due to the ridiculous amounts of.
Right. I've got mine that I always talk about. I always say what it is. Yes, Jared, right there. Him and I are soulmates on this. Jägermeister. I've had a shot or two since this happened, but when I threw up in my plate at Ziggy's at 2:00 in the morning, that's the last I did of a bunch of Jaeger. So
I'll tell a story that's got a little bit of a twisted, it's a twisted take on Jody's question there. Kimberly is Everclear. Never again.
Oh, I've never drank it Everclear. I mean, maybe as a mixer in something or an additive in something in like cherries and stuff like that, but no.
I have a liquor that I drank way too much of one night, but I did not regret it. I actually kind of really, really loved it. And I've never drank it since.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I had never had it before. I was trying to be fancy for a phase in my life. This was 20 plus years ago. And I kind of had this little setup on my fireplace mantle where my wife at the time had bought these little fancy, whatever, like crafts, do they call them? Like
a carafe?
A carafe, like glass with like a crystally glass lid. And they had like little name tags that you put over the bottleneck so that you could see what it was. So it wasn't just the direct bottle off the shelf.
Right.
And I drank way too much of that one night, and it was the most like boopy. Like, I have a word boopy that a lot of people maybe don't understand, but it's like boopy, boopy, boopy. Like, are you boopy?
Like when you're snuggly and romantic-y and
yes,
it's not sexual necessarily.
It made me unbelievably boopy, but towards my guy friends.
Oh. Even better.
Now listen, it wasn't sexual. No,
right.
It wasn't cuddling. It wasn't. That's not necessarily what boopy means in my mind. It wasn't any kind of like physical affection. It was just, the famous thing with drinking is kind of like, oh, I love you, man.
Yeah.
There's even a movie out like, I love you, man.
Right.
And I know that happens on beer and just doing shots and stuff. But have I mentioned what the liquor was yet?
No.
It was cognac.
Oh.
Cognac. It's way more. It's kind of like I love you, man, times 10.
Wow.
It's like you start to really I'm so thankful that you're in my life. You have taught me things that I've never admitted to you that you've taught me. You have made a change in my life that I needed, and I thank you. I mean, just cognac dudes in my living room just pouring compliments on each other. It was actually really, really fun.
Nice.
It was cognac.
So were you like with a bunch of buddies or just
about
a couple?
Three.
Which is enough.
Like maybe me and two other guys.
Did you?
And we decided to get into my cognac bottle, and I even had the big snifters.
Decanter. That's the word. Decanter.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's more of a decanter than
I just
a
thought of
carafe.
that. I just thought of it.
And we even had the legit giant snifters, like the tiny bottom with the giant glass, and you only put just a little bit at the bottom. So
and you give it air or whatever.
Oh yeah, man. Cognac.
And you haven't
Makes
had
me
it
want to
since.
go get some of that shit.
I know.
Right now.
I know one time you had it since.
I have?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Where did I have cognac?
Hennessy is considered a cognac. Isn't it, Amy? Like, Amy, you gotta
Is
correct
Amy
me.
here?
Amy's here. She's got a story too, and she's got a drink that she'll never drink again, that kind of thing. Isn't Hennessy a cognac? She's our resident bartender, Miss Amy O from Just One More in Republic Mo.
Yeah, Bev is asking if it's goopy. No, it's boopy.
Boopy with a B. Be like
B
boy.
is in boy. OOBY. Boopy. Like I'm so boopy for you. Boopy, boopy, boopy.
Yeah.
You know, like when lovers first fall in love and they're on the phone in the corner of the room, corner of the hotel room, like doopy, doopy,
And they're
doopy,
saying,
doopy.
you hang up. No, you hang up.
You hang up. No,
No,
you.
you hang up.
That's kind of where boopy came from, but it kind of spans now. It's become a much larger word. And me and my two guy friends were just so fucking boopy for each other that night drinking cognac.
Did
It
they
was
get that way
crazy.
too on cognac?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. It was like tears.
Mhm.
Like I am so thankful it was way more than like, I love you, bro. It was way more than that.
Way more than that.
Yeah. And so I actually don't regret it. I don't hate it. I
So
actually like it.
We have people saying that yes, cognac, Hennessy is a cognac. And
Okay.
so,
Hennessy's a cognac. Okay.
So you remember when you had Hennessy last, right?
Yes. And I will also say, well, there's been a couple times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Are you talking about the time over at
Ebbets?
Ebbets?
Yeah.
Have we not told this story before? Okay, so Hennessy is
I
cognac.
think we have.
All right. So I have had it since, and it has had the same effect on me because I also got it. Didn't I get it not too long ago? With a friend of ours from New Orleans.
Yes.
Didn't we get gin? No, that was gin.
Oh, that was gin.
That was
right,
gin.
right. And that was what Amy said earlier. I wanna go back to the comment that Amy said because we were talking about booze that you'll never do again from Jody Guy. He said something like that. So where is it at here? Let me go back. She said gin. Gin tastes like pine sol. I made my mistake. Disgusting. And we've got like 4 or 5 bottles of the Ozark.
Oh man,
Daredevil's
I
gin.
cannot agree with you there, Amy. It does taste like that. I always say that it tastes like a Christmas tree because it does taste like that. However, we have gotten to where we kind of like it.
It's a happy.
You show that wide shot. I don't know if
Yeah.
it catches all my gin bottles.
It's
up
right
here on
behind
the
your
piano.
head. So back up. There it is, right behind your head. So yeah.
Tara doesn't have them out
And
front, but
there was one
I've
on
got-
this shot too. So the opening shot.
Yeah, I've got the Ozark Mountain Daredevil gin
Got
all
the
over
fever.
my house.
Got the fever
Got
for
the
the
fever.
Ozark Mountain Daredevil gin.
But there was another time I had Hennessy when Tara and I were having lunch. It was actually lunchtime over at a place called Ebbets Field. Some of you are very familiar with this place over by the campus. They've got pretty good damn food and live music occasionally, and it's kind of in an old house.
Is it on Walnut?
On Walnut Street,
Yeah.
called I already said their name.
Ebbets
Field. So we go there for lunch, and this dude comes up to us, okay? And he actually works there,
Yeah.
but he had quit working for the day.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was kind of like a fuck this place or if it was like his shift actually did end, but he was actually still hanging out in the bar.
Right.
There's
right,
a bar
right.
on the main level there, and he's like one of the cooks there, but he's walking around. The reason why I felt a little rebellious is because he was walking around the restaurant with a full bottle of Hennessy.
Like the bar's bottle.
It looked
Probably.
like it. It was he was just carrying a bottle. He did not have. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a bottle of Hennessy. It wasn't a drink. It was a bottle. He had the bottle in his hand.
It was like the bottle off
Yeah.
the liquor shelf.
Yep.
By the time he got to us, it was probably about half full, and he came over and he challenged us to drink it with him. And I'm like, it's like 1 PM. And I'm like, oh, bro, like I don't know, man. And then he started challenging me, like, I don't know how to say this without saying exactly what happened.
Right. You have to tell him. You just have to say what happened because it's truth.
He tried to make me drink this Hennessy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said politely, like, oh, man, I don't think so. It's only like 1 PM. And he
Right.
actually said, why? Is it because I'm black?
He totally said that.
You won't have a drink because I'm black? I said, give me the fucking bottle, bro. So I took it. I fucking took about 2-3 swigs. I was like, fuck you saying shit like that to me. And then you took some. And then
Yeah.
he came back to our table 2-3 more times, and we took shots of Hennessy with him. We
And
ended
he
up
wouldn't
getting,
let us get a drink, a glass.
No, he's like right out
He
of the
was
bottle.
like, fuck a bunch of glass. You're going to
Yeah.
drink straight out of the bottle. What are you, too good?
He would drink out of the bottle, and then he didn't say, are you too good? He said, why? Is it because I'm
Right,
black?
Right.
I was like,
and this
fuck
was
you.
long before COVID. long before COVID.
Oh yeah,
So don't
I was
everybody
like, fuck
freak
you.
out.
Don't say shit like that to me. I'll drink your damn drink. So we ended up doing several shots of Hennessy. Now here's the wild part of this story. We kind of were able to get our shit together and get out of there.
Yeah.
Before
we had a few shots, but
I think about 30 minutes later, his bottle was empty because he was going to other tables trying to get them to drink it as well. I was like, yeah, whatever. So we left. So about a month later,
I think it was a month to 6 weeks. It wasn't very long.
Somewhere around a month or 6 weeks later, there's a news story on KY3 of some dude that got shot and killed at the McDonald's, I think, over on like Kearney and
Nash
and Kansas.
Kearney, Kansas.
I thought it was like over by Kansas and Kearney.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Somebody got shot and killed over there. They showed the
found
picture.
Him in his car.
Yeah, they found the dead guy. Then they showed the picture of the guy who did it, and he was on KY3. And it was the same dude.
It was the guy with the Hennessy.
It was the dude that made us drink Hennessy. He shot and killed that dude over at McDonald's.
I think, did he end up admitting to it or something?
It was like a done deal.
Like it was like,
he was the one that did it.
See ya, gotta go.
Yeah, he was the one that did it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they caught him in the act or what, but it was the same deal. I think I saw it on Facebook or something. I texted you and I just said, hey, is this that dude from Ebbets Field?
And I'm
pretty sure it is. And it was totally the exact same guy.
Oh my God.
So there's my last time I had
the last
cognac.
time you had cognac. And that's the last time I've had it, unless I had a sip of it at some point that I don't know what Amy did. Because Amy's got a shot here. She says, the suicide shot, whatever is spilled into the bar mats at the end of the night. I clearly have never been that stupid, but I've seen it done.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I totally understand that. Yes.
That would be rough.
It's like sometimes people get brave and they're like, oh, let's do a suicide shot. And I actually, that started when we were kids, Amy. I think it was when you went to the Coke machine and you got like every flavor of Coke and Mountain Dew and all this other stuff mixed together. And so now it's in adulthood, we're still just little kids and we'll keep doing the suicide shots. I've never done that either, but when I had my bar, I poured it for someone or a group of someone's. So
out of the mats?
Out of the mats. Yes.
And there wasn't, like Amy has too.
There wasn't enough. And so one of the guys actually said, just use the dishwater. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I did not use the dishwater. Ugh.
Jody is sending another story time. Ever done the absinthe? And the answer to that is yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, we have drank absinthe.
Yes.
And boy, I'll tell you what, that is some fucking shit.
Dude,
I love it. I love all of it. I don't know if you have to name names. A friend of ours, we were going through some tough times with a friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very good friend of ours.
He was having tough times.
He was having tough times in general, but we also had gone through something with him that blah, 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 caused a bit of a rift between us all. And we kind of were not on speaking terms. Mm-hmm. And that was a real bummer for us because we were like, hey, there's no reason for us to be on not speaking terms. I mean,
with this particular person,
with this particular situation, everything can be talked out and everything can be fucking, understand each other and sit down and have conversations. Hopefully Tara and I have not, surely we have put out there that we don't have any issues with having conversations with anybody.
Right. Right.
No matter what the situation was. So it was
a
real bummer for us because he's a dear, dear, dear friend of ours.
Yes.
And at this time, we were not on speaking terms. And he actually lived less than a block away from our house. Block by my definition.
A block by your definition could be mine.
Anyway, one night, we're just sitting at home because Tara and I party together a lot. I think we're real similar to Jody and Sandy.
We just randomly
we just love hanging out, just the two of us.
Spin some cuts.
We spin cuts and party and have a great time. We get a knock at the door. Do. I was like, who the fuck is here? It was like kind of late.
It was like 11-ish.
I bet it was like 11 o'clock.
I don't know what day of the week.
But we weren't expecting nobody. Nobody texted. Nobody
No.
said, hey, I'm coming over. And these days, people don't just come to your door and knock on the door without letting you know.
Another situational part of this is that he was without a car at the time, too.
Yeah, he also didn't have a car.
Yeah.
So right on our front door, 11 o'clock at night, you and I are just partying our little balls off in our kitchen all by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we just love hanging out because I'm so boopy for you.
I'm so boopy.
Anyway, boom, 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 boom. Living room door.
We're like, what?
Like, what the fuck?
Who could this be?
I open the door and it's him, and he has a full bottle of absinthe. And he's like, are we going to fucking talk about this or not? No. He said, no, I fucked that up.
Right.
He said, are you going to help me drink this absinthe tonight or what?
Right.
Which was his way of saying, fuck this, let's talk this out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he brought it in, and I think we damn near fucking drank the whole goddamn bottle.
Which is stupid to do.
We've been fine. We've all been fine. Our friendship has been fine ever since.
Yeah.
Ever since.
We're all back together. Whatever.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So story time, ever done absence? Yes, absolutely. I've missed some comments, and if I've missed you, I apologize, but I'm trying to look back at them right here. So, the fountain drink mixing was magic. Yeah, totally. Christy is saying, talk about ride or die for Hennessy. Literally. Exactly. That story you just mentioned a second ago. Oh my God. Yes.
Tom says absinthe equals trouble. That's true.
Yes, definitely.
Tom says next up, song poll, and then you too.
Okay. Story times.
I don't know.
All right. Topics. I'm going to just comb the comments real quick. So Amy says, but have you drank real absinthe? Amy, this was real absinthe. I mean, it was take a sip and go crazy.
No. I think Amy's talking about something else.
Oh.
I think there is an absinthe that's like fucking magic potion that like witches make, like for reals.
Okay.
This was store-bought off the shelf, so
probably not.
It probably wasn't considered the real deal shit. I think there's some people that make absinthe.
She says here, it has to be smuggled into the country. I've had it. Very different than the spinoff of the original. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
That's what I'm thinking.
Jared says, don't start the block talk, please. Okay, so Tom said song pool, then you too. Okay, cool. Hashtag green fairy. I'm just kind of skimming so we can screwball. Right. Terry was asking earlier what that peanut butter whiskey shit was. And it's screwball. He figured it out himself. So
what peanut butter whiskey? Did we have peanut butter whiskey together?
Earlier he said in the comments, because we were asking Jody Guy asked what you never want to drink again. And he says, what's that peanut butter whiskey shit?
I got you.
So he finally says screwball right there. So, all right. So is Tom being serious or is he pulling your leg? He's probably pulling your leg that somehow you're going to talk about song pool and then you too.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I will say, if you want a quick song poll story, we have talked about it a couple times on the show, and I don't know if I've like really clearly defined exactly what the fuck, but it was at my house. When I lived on Elm, I started inviting my friends over once a month to bring a song that they had just written in the last 30 days. And it turned from 5 performers and grew to almost 50 performers in the course of about 10, 11 months.
Right.
That was happening right all over here on Elm and Pickwick, right catty corner from the Emo's Pizza over there. And we were recording all this on video. We were doing interviews. We were performing the songs. Then we also built a website and started encouraging other cities to do the exact same thing we were doing here, because we had so much fun doing it here. We thought this same thing could work in another city, no problem.
Right.
So it worked. It worked. We started getting song pools set up in Kansas City, St. Louis, Los Angeles, Nashville, Johnson City, Tennessee. There was one in Oklahoma. There was a couple of them in Austin, Texas. Massachusetts.
Wow.
We got up to like almost 20 cities that were doing song pool, and it was all original songs. You just write it in the last 30 days. You get up and you play the one song. That's it. One song. Explain to the camera what it's all about, and then perform your song.
Right.
One thing that's kind of fun, not a huge story. I've got 6,000 stories regarding song poll, but just to appease the audience tonight, I'll tell you one. There's a movie out there called Super High Me.
Super High Me.
Yeah. Does anyone know of the movie Super High Me?
You gonna wait till anybody responds? Super High Me.
You don't really have to respond, but it was obviously it came out not too long after the Super Size Me. the guy who
okay.
did the McDonald's documentary.
Gotcha.
Called
So
Super Size Me.
It's not the same guy. It's just
No.
modeled after that.
It's who did Super High Me?
I don't know.
It's an actor that you all would know. Is it Seth Rogen?
I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna look up on my IMDb.
Look up
right
Super
now.
High Me. Chris Meadow says Super Hyman? No. It was Super High Me.
I don't know.
I thought it was like either Seth Rogen or it's like an actor you would know.
I'll put that in front of you so you can glance at it and just see if it's Super Hyman. That's fucking funny.
Maybe it's not Seth Rogen.
I couldn't see the other names on there. I don't have my glass. Doug Benson? Krista Meadows is saying? I don't know.
Yes, Doug Benson.
So I'm trying
stand-up comedian Doug Benson.
Okay. I think I know that name, but I'm not sure.
Yes, you are correct, Krista Meadows. One of the songs that were performed at a song pull in Los Angeles is the main song on the soundtrack of Super High Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. What song?
Shit, dude, that was like 20 years ago.
I would ask you that, right? So you guys can Google that for us.
It's a song about pot, and it's all like all the different kinds of pot, like the strains, all the different strains or strings or whatever they call them.
I think it's called strains.
All the different strains of pot. And to be clear, he did not specifically write the song for Song Pull, but he was writing it at the time that LA did their Song Pull, and he performed it at their.
So he still wrote it within a month, probably, or ish.
It was pretty close to when they actually did their Song Pull in LA.
Was this guy writing it for that movie already?
I think so.
Okay.
And then also Lizzie was on that Song Pull in LA.
Yep.
She's actually a pretty famous singer right now. Well, I don't know, famous. She toured with Lenny Kravitz, and she was on like Conan.
Here goes Krista again. I smoke every weed.
Yeah, I smoke every weed, man. From pack that big old seed, man. I smoke Yep, that's it. That's it.
Young Walker, she says. Young Walker. Was that the name of the guy?
Yes.
All right. We have a brand new informational, like, since I haven't seen Julia tonight. I mean, excuse me. I haven't seen our Screamer Dreamer medication information line show up yet. So now we have a new one in Krista Meadows. Thank you very much.
Lissy actually performed at Song Pull out in Los Angeles as well.
I've had students do her songs. That's
here on Wikipedia. Born November 21st, 1982, known as Lissy, is an American singer-songwriter. She released her debut EP, Why You Runnin', in November of 2009. Her debut album, Catching a Tiger, was released in June of 2010. Her second studio album, Back to Forever, was released in October of 2013. Blah, 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 blah. And she went on to play with some pretty big names.
Yeah, and she toured. And
the song that she performed at Song Pull is on one of her records. Let me look here, 2010. Yeah, I think it's on this record. I'm looking.
Dead air.
I don't care. I don't care.
I know we don't care. You guys don't care either. We're just partying. We're having a good time, right? That's why we're here.
Track listing. There's a song on
unedited and unusual.
Look Away.
Look Away.
The song is called Look Away. It's track number 11 on Lissy's record, Catching a Tiger.
Nice.
She actually performed that song at Song Pull.
Very cool.
In Los Angeles.
Somewhere around 2006.
That's only one of 6,000 stories I have about Song Pull.
Yeah. You've got some great stories. I'm so sad I wasn't there. I was there. I was at the little theater doing Patsy Cline, but I wasn't at your Song Pull. I didn't even know you yet.
I don't think I'll talk about a U2 story.
Okay. That's fair. And Jared's saying, don't forget to tell this audience about your big announcement. Gosh, marketing guys, come on.
What's our big announcement?
We talked about it on Monday Morning Medication.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Everything about our podcast is now the Unsung Screamers.
Everything about it. Everything.
The big announcement that Jared refers to, Unsung Dreamers is no longer.
It is no longer.
We are not going to use Unsung Dreamers no more for anything that we do.
Nope.
We have, started many things and tried many things and dabbled in different ideas
and different names on things.
Different names and different logos. That's all part of kind of growing and kind of morphing and kind of turning things. Here's one of the biggest mistakes you can make in your fucking life is naming your band something that's terrible, absolutely terrible, and then feeling like you got to stick with it because that's what you named your band.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We know some bands that just freaking quit being a band because of their name. Not really. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I'm kidding.
I really appreciate all of our friends that will tune into our show, will listen to our episodes, that have supported us financially. They've been awesome. And, morale. They've boosted us and helped us keep going. Love it, love it, love it. Can't say enough. Can't say thank you enough.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we have always kind of been letting people know that it's a morph. We're growing. We're kind of moving. Here's a couple of ideas we've tried that we didn't feel like they worked. Yeah. Like, I don't really think like that idea works. Why don't we try this idea over here? I don't know if that's working. And we've morphed and morphed and morphed. Now we've gotten to a point where what we're doing over here is the Unsung Screamers.
It's the Unsung Screamers.
And it's an umbrella that covers everything we do. I think it covers the Thursday night shows. It covers the interview episodes, which, by the way, we just released an interview episode today with my 13-year-old son, Bono Fritz. Very, very it's a cool conversation.
It's a good conversation.
It's sweet. It's innocent, but he's also pretty
candid,
sharp, candid, intelligent, a lot of things like that. Of course, I'll say a few of those things because I might be proud papa, but I really don't think it's a proud papa thing. I think he really is an interesting dude to listen to.
Right.
To listen to. So it covers that and the future conversations we have with people as well as the Monday Morning Medication. It'll still be Monday Morning Medication, the name of that particular show within our podcast called the Unsung Screamers.
Yeah, and we didn't want to give Monday Morning Medication a whole new feed to find it on, because that would be like obnoxious to try to go find it. So that's why it's been sticking on our Unsung Dreamers / now Unsung Screamers RSS feed. Just leave it there. It's because it's just a Monday segment that we do. It's not the same thing, and it's not our live thing that we do here, because we don't post any of this live stuff on the audio only. All of this live stuff goes to YouTube, which you guys might have noticed. We've gone crazy with some clips on YouTube these days.
Yeah, we've been taking advantage of our couple days off, snow days, filling our YouTube channel up with more digestible clips of things we've done, whether it be in our live show or with our interviews, and we're still working on that, and we'll continue working on that. I should have released my Ron Hurst one today.
I know.
In lieu of the snow.
Right.
Maybe we'll do that after the show tonight.
As soon as we get done here, we will release a little Ron Hurst clip.
It's only like 1 minute.
It's super short. Yeah. So I'm going to go back to comments for just a second. Andy's here. Hi, Andy.
Krista Meadows says, I really like your setup for the podcast. Great views at every angle. Great space. Looks fabulous.
I was getting to that, but thank you. I already started down this road.
Just click it up,
trying to do something. I already said, before you even said that.
Okay, go.
I started.
Let us go to the comments.
Don't do that. I hate when you do that.
Don't
steal other podcast shit. That's just gross.
Let us go to the comments.
No. So I want to go back here, and I already put it up there, but you interrupted me. See, whatever. Andy's here. Hi, Andrew. He says, is that when the stage light went out and she kept going? He's talking about Lissy, I think. Is he talking about, is that a song poll?
That is correct. When she was in the middle of her performance for Song Poll, one of the lights went out. They weren't really on a stage. They were kind of playing on somebody's patio, I think. And they had set up a light to kind of light her up. And right when she got to her main chorus, she started like stomping her foot. And she was on like a back patio or a deck.
Because it was just her and her guitar or something?
Yeah, her and a guitar. She started getting into it. And as she was stomping her foot, the light that was laying on the ground pointing up at her boom, it goes out.
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't even skip a beat. I'm glad Andy brought this up because it's a great fucking story. She just keeps going in the dark. So then it's just Lizzie in the dark, just fucking finishing her song. And it was like, that was badass.
Nice. Very
Anyway,
cool. That's a good idea. Good. Nice. Bev says you were great as Patsy. Thank you very much. Some of you don't know that I played Patsy Cline at the Landers back in 2006, but yeah, I did. It's almost as important as me touring with the Statler Brothers. So maybe I should talk about it more. But anyway, let's go on. But earlier, Krista said, fuck Alexa. Now, I think what she means is I was talking about our Monday, Screamer Dreamer medication information line. Now, we weren't talking about Alexa, but we have a secret information source that gives us some information. It's not Alexa. Don't worry. I don't like Alexa. No, I'm with you. Fuck Alexa. Nope.
Krista says spinach to the comments.
Spinach. See?
I like it. I might steal it. I might go ahead and take it.
I like it.
I think it's being offered for me to take.
And that way it's not
and I might
stealing.
take it. Spinach to the comments.
So I want to read a couple comments and then I'll come back to another comment that will start another story, perhaps. So Diane says, hi, guys. Hi, Diane. Got here a little late. Just finished washing the glitter off of me from MGS on Saturday. Did your retinas get burnt too by the lighting? Yeah, I know. She just got done washing the glitter. That's hilarious. Lettuce.
I got messages directly from Machine Gun members today.
Lettuce. What else? Jared says.
Lettuce. What else?
And Jared also says when it was like 200 degrees, according to Ron. No, it's a different Ron Hurst thing that we're going to show you. It's even better, I think. It's even better. So
it was just a quick thing from a Screamer show like fucking 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And then Krista also says, I really like your setup for the podcast. Great views at every angle. Great space. It looks fabulous. You said that earlier. And
we already read that one.
I know, but I wanted to show the comment as well. I was going to get to that.
Well, you should have.
Yeah, I was starting to, and you interrupted. You know, that's what we do, right? On this show. Okay, so where are we? Where are we with the comments? Read that one from Jared. I guess.
Because it's typed.
No.
And not spoken. It's up for grabs. Hypocrisy at its finest. I don't know what that means.
So he's talking about lettuce, spinach. Go to the comments. Anyway, let's go back to this one from Jared. He says, I just created my new band's Facebook page. Didn't want to cause I'm still butthurt about not getting to name the band the name I wanted. I got outvoted, bastards.
Let's try that again. Let me try.
Okay, thank you.
I just created my new band's Facebook page. Didn't want to because I'm still butthurt about not getting to name the band the name I wanted. I got outvoted, bastards.
I need
LOL.
a comma. I need a comma. That's why it fucked me up.
Okay.
Didn't want to cause. Wait. Didn't want
to
cause. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's what fucked me up. Okay. So I'm done with the comments if you want to go on with some story.
You talk about something.
You had a story. There was
no, I didn't.
Yeah, well, somebody asked for the name of Machine Gun Symphony. Where'd that come from?
Nobody said that.
Yes, they did.
Who said that?
I believe it was Jared.
Jared said you read that terribly.
Funny you say that. Tell us the origin of the MGS name.
Funny, I say what? Funny you say that. Tell us the origin of the MGS name. Funny I say what?
I don't know.
Because Machine Gun Symphony is the best fucking band name this town has ever had, ever.
And I'll butt in. Jody Guy said earlier he wants some examples of shitty band names.
No rock band in Springfield, Missouri has ever had a better name than Machine Gun Symphony. Fight me. Tell me one.
Oh my gosh. I just want to butt in real quick. Kate Stewart and Matt Stewart are here. Hi. Love you.
Yay.
Yep. Jared just has a bunch of commas. Thank you for that comma.
Hey, it's true. If anybody thinks there's a better rock band name in Springfield, Missouri than Machine Gun Symphony, go ahead. Throw it out there.
Do you mean a rock band's name?
Band name.
Right.
There's not a better rock band name. I'm specifically saying rock.
Yeah.
There's not a better rock band name than Machine Gun Symphony.
No.
I mean, come on.
Can you give Jody some examples?
Nothing's even close.
Of
bad
ones?
band names? Yeah. Is he talking about people from around here?
I'm assuming so.
Well, I've talked about it many times on the show, but the band name Funhouse
was one of the worst.
About the worst band name ever. There was a band a while back called Sock Monkey. That was fucking terrible. Sock Monkey was a terrible, terrible band name. Funhouse was a terrible band name. Just to be clear, I have talked to all three members of the band Funhouse because they actually were one of our favorite bands.
Oh, yeah. They played our wedding.
They played our wedding.
Yes.
Fucking love those guys as people, and I love them as a band. They
but
were
you
one
told
of my
them to
most,
their face it was a terrible
I told
name.
them right to their face, how the fuck did you land on Funhouse? That is a terrible, terrible band name.
Right.
Sock Monkey was terrible.
Sock Monkey. Yeah. I don't like that name either. Sorry.
What would you be sorry for? I'm being asked what are shitty band names.
That's true. That's it. And then you know what? It's an opinion show and it's a fun show.
It's just
a comedy
show.
show.
Just funny. Just relax. Sock Monkey doesn't even exist anymore. Who cares?
Don't put us on a 2-week leave.
And
like
Funhouse doesn't exist anymore.
I said it.
I'm only picking bands that just don't exist anymore.
Neither does Sock Monkey.
I know. That's what I just said.
Mm-hmm. What are some more? Best band name, Tom Hembry says, the Well Hungarians. That is truly a good band name.
It's a good band name. It's
we have a challenge.
It's kind of a little bit of a play.
We have a challenge. Jared says Salt, better band name than MGS.
No, it's not. Not even close.
Good fucking band name.
It's a great band name. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not near as good as Machine Gun Symphony.
But the one that takes the cake, Cap Gun Chaos.
Yeah, right.
Because it was started to try to piss off somebody.
Oh, don't get into that.
No, I know. Not really piss off, but just to make fun. And it was started as a joke. I remember I was in that before I got kicked out. Free Beer was a good name. Free Beer. Free Beer Tomorrow is a better band name because that way when they show up for free beer, it's like, no, it says Free Beer Tomorrow.
Yeah, but Free Beer and even the Well Hungarians, they're real novelty. And so they don't have any kind of lasting, Machine Gun Symphony. That'll never not be a great name.
It's super long,
but I mean, Well Hungarians and Free Beer. I know Free Beer. I've gone through all that.
Jared has another one. Samalama, bad band name.
That I would agree. I don't know who Samalama is, but
I know who they are.
That's a bad name.
It's a bad band name, and I think they put like hyphens in there to try to make it look cool and almost like Noise Boys with the extra Z's. I don't freaking know. Whoa, you disappeared. I don't know where he went. Bourbon Breath. Jody says Bourbon Breath and the Whiskey Shits Blues Band.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be very clear, I don't really give a fuck about Machine Gun's band name, but I think it was a good name. And I do love the band name Salt. I do.
It's a great band name.
I will totally.
Yeah.
I'm totally on board. It's totally a different band. It's they're mostly original music, which I love and appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Painter's been on our show. Thank you very much. With the help of Tom Hembry. Episode number?
It is episode number 32. 32, Kim Painter, episode number 32 on our show with a video by Tom Hembry.
Yeah, that was good times.
Yeah. I remember this, David Gage. Hi, Davey. He says Concrete Sasquatch per Jabo. Remember that? When we were we were pushing a show and he gets on there going, don't forget Concrete
Sasquatch. Yep. That was a band name for one happy hour at
one happy hour. It was
over at
Galloway Grill.
Station.
Galloway Grill, the one down the hill. Galloway Grill, the one down the hill. I got outvoted. What does Jared say? I got outvoted.
Power Bottom.
On my suggestion, Power Bottom. That's way better than Metal Militia. Don't you think?
Power Bottom is better than Metal Militia.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Don't you hate when you get outvoted for your band names? Ugh.
Band names are just so damn impossible, though, because once you get to a point where everything that comes out of your mouth sounds ridiculous.
Yep. I remember that.
And it's just so hard to finally go ahead and land on one and drive around town and just think about that actually being your band name.
Right.
I mean, Johnny Q. Public had 50 options before we called ourselves Johnny Q. Public. Mm-hmm. One of them was Bright Light. Okay.
Boo.
All right. Yeah.
Gross.
Tell me about it. Imagine if we had called our band Bright Light.
You know why I like Johnny Q. Public's name so much? Is because when you mention it to somebody, they think they know who you are. Because they've heard that. They've heard that so much from when they were like, whatever, every bank thing you see when they put John Q. Public in there. So they always go, yeah, I totally remember you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think true.
There was some of that. And I also just saw an article not too long ago, a few days ago, that Bono from U2 actually does not like the name U2.
No, I actually read that too.
He is not a fan of it at all. Never has.
He was outvoted. He was outvoted by his guys, I guess.
Well, especially now, he's just not into it.
Jerry Jones says drummers are assholes. I guess the drummer was adamant or something. Oh, Jared said fucking drummers. Okay, fair. Oh, Mark says Gretchen Wilson was the singer of Sam-A-Lama when they were at the townhouse, the original townhouse. Well, she left. Does that tell you anything about that band name? She fucking left and became famous. But anyway, yeah. But
Jody says story time, first band names. Mine, Sweet Savage.
Sweet Savage. Nice. You know what mine was?
What?
Do you remember this?
Do I?
Do you know?
Yes, I do. It's,
do you know?
Hold on. The Mad Hatters.
Yes! Nice work. The Mad Hatters, my high school.
Do you know mine?
Band. Oh, shit.
Aha, you don't at all. I know you're not even going to come up with it. My first band name.
Nope.
Shiloh.
Oh, my God. I've known so many. Being in a country market through the 80s, we came across, I don't know how many bands called Shiloh.
That was my first band name, Shiloh.
Oh, God, that's awful. First band name, Sweet Savage. Yeah, Mad Hatters was a high school thing that my brother and I and three of his classmates, one of my classmates, his girlfriend, and one of my classmates' sister all became a part of. And I think we actually practiced. And what's funny is that one of the songs that we learned, we're talking 1986, late 85. One of the songs we actually worked on for a long time was Old Time Rock and Roll from Bob Seger. I thought it was such a cool song. When I was 15, 16 years old. And then I ended up playing it way too much in my country band in the 90s. But we thought it was cool. What's Jared saying? Story time. Oh my gosh, we got more.
Story time, Jody. My actual first didn't have a name. We never gigged. First gigging band, the Last Minute Band. Self-explanatory on why. I've got a funny story about the Last Minute Band. But hold on, let me finish this. Next was what I now know to be probably the most common and retarded band name of all garage bands, Rags to Riches.
I'll have to respectfully agree with that.
I agree. Rags to Riches is a terrible name. Honestly, I think Thrillfall is a terrible band name.
Yeah, Thrillfall.
Just
awful. The band Thrillfall.
It's awful. It's
I don't
an awful
like that
band name
either.
Mine was Jinxed before Crimson Steel.
Jinxed. Look at that. Jinxt. Jinxed.
I don't know if that was the name of his band, though. Oh, wait. Maybe it was.
It was a capital letter.
Yeah, his band was Jinxed before it became Crimson Steel.
Nice.
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh,
Jared
God.
Isaac, story time. First song you ever learned to play in a band. His apparently was Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Okay.
Jody Guy Cottongim, age 12, 2 Hawaiian exchange students, Chi and Chang, bass guitar, drums. I've heard that story.
Yes. Why?
Huh?
How do we know that story?
Because I Well, I don't know if he talked about it on his episode.
Oh,
we talked
maybe
about it
not.
out at the cabinet shop one time.
That's true.
Anyway, Bev says, how about Ragbone?
Oh my God. See, I was going to bring that up. Bev. Nice for you to remember that. Nice for you to remember that. So yeah, I was in a band for about a year-ish. When I came off the road in 1996, we came off the road as Midnight Rodeo. Yeah, we had the band name before the clubs. Yeah, we know.
Don't try to justify the band name Midnight Rodeo. That's a terrible band
It was
name.
a great country band name.
Terrible band name.
It was so great that they named a chain of clubs after it.
Oh, yeah. You think that was named after your band?
No, not named after our band, but they liked it. Was a song back in the 70s.
Slow down, cowgirl. Slow down, reverse cowgirl.
So when we decided to get off the road and take a house gig at the Paint Stallion, the classic Paint Stallion in Joplin, Missouri, which doesn't exist anymore, we meshed. So our band basically got rid of our guitar player, and the guitar player who had the house band there for 12 years got rid of his entire band. And we basically moved in as a house band in Joplin, Missouri. And we didn't want to call it, his band was called CC Highway. I'm just going to say shitty band name. Don't you agree? Dan, do you agree?
CC Highway?
Yeah.
I'm not a giant fan, but it's better than Funhouse.
Dude, if you were in the country market in the 90s, everything was highway or creek. Everything was like Renegade Highway or Hickory Creek or some shit. So when I hear fucking CC Highway, I'm like, we can't do that. So when we joined there, the Paint Stallion was owned by the Bowman brothers. There were 3 Bowman brothers, and they had owned this place for years. Fucking Travis Tritt played there back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was a cool honky tonk bar in Joplin, Missouri. So anyway, we joined there, and the particular owner at that particular moment was Stan, and he was a big giant guy. All 3 brothers, Dwayne, Stan, and Denny. I think Denny. Yeah, Denny had a rodeo company. So and I think Dwayne Bowman still plays music. But Stan owned the bar at the time. He was the one that was there all the time. So he had a little niece that was born, niece or granddaughter, niece. I think it was niece at the time. And when he first held her, he gave her the name. Well, he didn't give her the name. He said, man, she's just flopping around in my arms, because he's 6'4", 350 pounds. This is a big man. And so he held this little baby. She might have been a year old at the time. Maybe not yet, because they hold their heads up, right? They hold their heads up?
I don't know.
Whatever. So this baby was just flopping around in his arms, and he says, you're like a bag of bones. It's I'm sitting here with like a rag with a bag of bones. And so he nicknamed his niece Ragbone. And so without telling him anything, we decided to name our newly formed band that was going to play a house gig right there at the Paint Stallion, Ragbone.
There you go. That's a good story.
Do you like that name?
Do I like it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I don't hate it is because at least it's like, it's kind of different. Obviously, it's got a story behind it. And so it like, the only thing I would say is I don't know what I would be coming to see.
Yeah.
If I just saw a marquee that said Ragbone, I wouldn't know if that's like reggae or rock or country or ska. Like Ragbone could also be like, it could be like the Urge or something.
Right.
But other than that, I appreciate that it's just kind of wacky and not normal.
Yeah, it's totally not normal. And I will also say I hand drew the logo back in the day. This is 1996. Okay, 1996. I didn't have Photoshop.
I did hand drawn art.
So I drew the shape of a bone, like what you would see as a Scooby-Doo dog bone, and I hand drew the letters Ragbone within that bone. And then I made the background red, the bone itself was black, and then the words were white as our banner for the band. And one thing about the Paint Stallion, when you go to the Paint Stallion, you're going to see a country band. Like, there's no doubt it was the Paint fucking Stallion. And we always played what I call now bullshit rock and roll at the end of the night. So anyway, that's the story of Ragbone. So you don't hate it. I'm so glad you don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't know that it's like super strong.
Yeah,
but I don't hate it either.
Yeah, we all went back on the road and demolished ourselves.
Kate actually says a baby can hold their head up after only just a few months.
Thank you, Kate. Where's she at? Oh, right there. There she is. After only a few months old. Okay, I didn't know that. You know this, Kate? I had no idea. Yeah, you remember Cindy. Hi, Cindy. She says, I remember the horse statue out in front of the Paint Stallion. I never did go there, though. So some people thought it was kind of too divey, and I suspect at times it was. But the time we played there, they had cleaned it up, and it was, I don't know, it was the midst of the 90s where country was ruling most markets when it comes to bands. I say that gloatingly.
I like Matt Stewart's band name, My First and the Gimme Gimmes, my favorite cover band.
Yeah,
he said Me First. Okay, wait, let me read this again. Band names, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. So was one of the bands actually called Me First?
That's the whole name. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Oh, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes?
Yeah.
It would have been a better band name, just the Gimme Gimmes.
The Gimme Gimmes is freaking awesome. Yes.
You can't name a band that people have trouble remembering.
I know.
That's tough.
Right. I think Matt told me about this band one time when we were hanging out.
Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Yeah. In fact, he played some shit, if I'm not forgetting, right? It's been so long. God, I'm old.
Jared says, even though I have not seen them yet, I'm a fan of the band The Cow Tippers. Yeah, yes. I don't hate that.
And I believe Tom Hembry told us to go watch them when we can. Recently.
Now, here's what I think is funny is when you compare this conversation with the NFL. I think it's interesting that the NFL, generally speaking, they have a bunch of very fucking crazy names and mascots. It's like how many high schools and colleges are like the Tigers and like, like this basic, the Wildcats, things like that.
Eagles.
Well, the Eagles are in the NFL, but the NFL does have a lot of them that are like the 49ers. I don't know what the hell the 49ers.
Yes, you do.
They're
the people in 1849 that went to the gold rush. That's what they're named after.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No. And then like the Dolphins even. Like I know it's just an animal. Which is kind of basic bitch, but it's still the Dolphins compared to the Eagles or the Bears or the Bearcats or the Tigers.
Super common names.
Yeah, and the NFL does have some common ones, but I mean, I think some of the more non-common ones are kind of fun, like the Patriots, the Browns, the 49ers, the Raiders. What are some great? The Buccaneers.
That's a good one.
That's a great. I mean, to me, those kinds of names are cooler than just shit like the Bears, which I mean, Tom Hembry likes the Bears.
And I still don't know what a Bearcat is. What the fuck is a Bearcat?
Nobody knows what a Bearcat is.
Yes, I totally agree. And now we have the Washington football team is now the Commanders, the Washington Commanders. Tell me in the comments if you like that name or not.
Diane Kent said her nephew owned the liquor store next to the Painted Stallion.
Oh, did you? Nice.
She didn't, but her nephew did.
Did he? Yes. Okay. So here's a story about that. Can I tell a quick story about the liquor store next to the Paint Stallion? And a lot of people say the Painted Stallion, but it was Paint Stallion because horses of that color are called paints. Anyway, I won't go there. But I was parked actually. I drove a white S10 at the time, and I was actually parked at that liquor store. For whatever reason, I can't remember, maybe buying liquor, but we were still doing that house job right there next door. And I backed up and there was, Diane, if you can remember that store, there was a light pole that was just in the middle of the fucking parking lot. And it was a tiny little 4-inch wide diameter light pole. And I backed my truck to back out away from the liquor store. And I backed right into that fucking thing and put a dent in my bumper in that truck. And it was just this tiny, and it didn't even work. The light on the pole didn't even work. And it was in the middle of the parking lot between the liquor store and the Paint Stallion. Totally freaking just there for no goddamn reason except for people like me to back into it. And I was totally sober. I mind you, it was totally sober. So that's my stupid little story about that damn
She
thing.
says yes. She remembers.
Yay. Nice. I remember. I love
Jared says the worst band name ever, the Beatles.
it.
That's a tough one.
No, I think the reason it's good is because of the way they spell it.
Well, I know there's that little subtle thing, but it's a tough one because they're so famous now that you just think, oh, the Beatles. I mean, you just say the Beatles.
What about the animals?
It's kind of hard. Well, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the Beatles right now.
I mean, the actual band name.
It's kind of, yeah, I understand.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, to call yourself the Beatles before you were famous, that one is almost impossible to flesh out, whatever you say.
Flesh is weird.
Some people say flesh out.
Flesh is weird. Christy Presser says, I had a local band back home in Oklahoma. They called themselves Turkish Blend. They aren't together anymore. Tom Hembry says, Echo and the Bunnymen. I've heard that. I've heard that before.
Diane said she took a bumper off on that same light pole.
Dude, I am not freaking kidding. Took a fender off. Yes. See, it's a stupid pole. It was one of those lights that went up and went over, almost like there used to be like a gas station pump or something there, and it didn't work. And it totally, yeah. Thank you, Diane. I love that.
Jared says he's going to start a punk band and call it the Circumcisions. Kimberly said it would be a cut above the rest.
Oh, nice.
Screamer Dreamer medication information. The Beatles were big fans of Buddy Holly and the Crickets. They were also fans of puns. So, bug name charged spelling Beatles.
Mm-hmm. Here we got one. Corrine says, stupid band name, Hootie and the Blowfish.
I think that is a terrible band name. I would completely agree with that.
Never liked it. You know why? Because just like, I don't know, Johnny Q Public, everybody called the lead singer Hootie forever.
Well, that's one thing that makes it bad. But the other thing that makes it bad is that it's fucking bad.
Matt says Psychedelic Furs. Yeah, that's a cool name. Are you saying it's cool or bad? Because I think it's a cool name. I don't know.
I just think bands should take they should take their name very, very seriously.
Yes,
I think that's actually the point of the whole conversation is don't just jump on something because you're anxious. If your band name takes over a month and 150 options to finally get to where you think it's absolutely right, it's worth that much time because then you're going to be just set in motion with a terrible name. And this whole conversation started with the Unsung Dreamers changing to the Unsung Screamers, right? Because what we're actually doing makes more sense to call it the Unsung Screamers. What we're going to do, the way we're moving forward.
Yes.
We were dabbling in all kinds of different things. We're not really established enough for a name change to really be that big of a deal.
True. Right.
And so, there was a ton of thought. There's been 6 months of you and I contemplating whether or not we want to keep it going as the Unsung Dreamers or whether we want to change it to something else. It's been part of it. And that's why we're going to go with that.
Yeah. And we like it.
We like it.
I love it so far.
Tom Hembry named us.
Yeah, he did. He actually did. Sounds funny, but he actually freaking did. Oh, I wanted to tell you something. Just you.
Me?
Yeah. So while we're talking about these band names
we're
and
live.
Stuff like this, I know.
We're live.
I know.
Be careful.
Don't worry. We're still on the band name thing. So my band that toured from 92 to 98, no, 96. 96 is when we went to the Paint Stallion, and then 97, a year later, we went back out on the road from 98 to 2000. No, 98.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You and your dates and your months and your cities and that might have been when we were in
Well,
Casper. No, we weren't in Casper. No, that was when we were in Fargo. No, Fargo's when we broke. Okay, so here's what I'm getting at. Go.
The only thing I'm getting at is that we had 3 band names before we named it Midnight Rodeo. And I want to name them. And you tell me if you like either of the other 2 that we chose better than Midnight Rodeo. Okay. So there was Midnight Rodeo, which came from some song, and I can't remember where it came from, but one of the people recommended that. The other one was my choice, which was Buckskin, because we're a country band. And I had a buckskin horse when I was younger. And I was like, Buckskin, that sounds cool.
Okay.
And the other one that was given to us by the guitar player was Justin Time. Like Justin Time.
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Terrible. Fucking terrible. That is a terrible, terrible band name. Buckskin is way better than Midnight Rodeo.
See, I thank you. I was outvoted myself. I thought Buckskin would have been awesome. I've never heard that name ever in the history of country music.
Buckskin is a way better name than Midnight Rodeo.
Thank you. I love the affirmation because I loved that name so much.
I don't like Midnight Rodeo. I think it's a dumb name.
I never did either. I never did like that name. So anyway, we're going to get back over here to the comments. Unless you have something else. We got some.
Tom said he's going to be looking for them royalty checks.
Oh, yeah. For changing the name to Screamers.
For naming us. Terry says none of the above. I think he might be talking about your band names.
Oh, really?
I will say that Johnny Q. Public.
None of them are good? Is that what you mean, Terry? None of them are good?
I don't know. He says none of the above.
Christy Presser says Buckskin. Yeah. See,
Buckskin's better than Midnight Rodeo. We're dealing with only three options, right. Terry. You can't shoot all three of them down. Then they wouldn't have a band name. Right. That would be weird.
Uh-huh. Quinn is watching us from YouTube. Hi, Quinn. How are you doing, buddy? He says Toad the Wet Sprocket. See, you can name anything you want. Toad the Wet Sprocket. That's actually.
Toad the Red Sprocket was a very respectable band.
Yep.
And that name is kind of wild because
Jerry says, yes, they all suck. Not even Buckskin?
Tom says Bugskin.
That would have maybe been better, but we weren't a punk band. It was country. It was Shania Twain type country. Dude.
Johnny Q. Public played one show.
Jared says Buttskin.
It was our very first show we ever played. And we did not have a band name yet. And it was in Kansas City. At a place called the New Earth Coffee House.
Mm-hmm.
We were booked there on the long story, but we were able to get a booking even though we didn't have a band name.
There's still a picture on my phone that I found online of somebody with a picture of you.
We were opening for someone else who was booked there. So we had got a show before we had a band name. And so the guy who ran the place, he would get up and do the DJing, or what do you call it? He was the MC for the night.
Right.
And the owner manager of the place. He came backstage right before he announced us to go on stage and said, "Hey, do you guys have a freaking band name yet?" We're like, no, we don't. Like, we had sound checked all day, and he was kind of like giving us like, dude, you're going to have to give me a name of your band. And we were like, we don't know what the name of our band is yet. So we played a show without a name, Johnny Q. Public. But when he came back, he's like, "You've got to give me something because I have to announce you on stage as something."
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, "All right, tell him that we're the Cool Whips."
That's actually not bad.
That's a great name.
That's a great band name.
The very first show we ever played, we performed as the Cool Whips.
You should have kept it. You could have gone far with that name.
No, we wouldn't have. It would have been a very temporary. That's a very temporary name.
So I have another story since you say something about a DJ. So when we were touring we played from 92 to 96 as Midnight Rodeo. And somewhere around 94 or so is when those clubs started popping up called Midnight Rodeo. We have one here in town, of course. And I don't know if they're all linked together, but they all had the same damn logo. And I don't know if they are now. It doesn't matter. The point is, we would start going back to these towns that we had already been playing in with our fucking band name at a different club. So there was one in Albuquerque. There was a Midnight Rodeo there. There was a place in Amarillo. There was a Midnight Rodeo there. And there was a Santa Fe. There was a Midnight Rodeo there. And so everywhere we went that there was another club in town, they wouldn't advertise our band, even though we had the frickin' name before the club erupted. But they were like, they don't want to put Midnight Rodeo in their ad. Anyway, long story short, we went to this one, the Caravan in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the same place that Kiefer Sutherland got up and jammed with us when he was filming the movie Cowboy Way. Anyway, so the Caravan in Santa Fe, New Mexico the DJ was like, I can't introduce you as Midnight Rodeo. And it was like, well, fuck, that's our band name. Our banner, we can't even hang our banner, none of that shit. So every single set, now mind you, back then, I've said this a million times, we played 5 or 6 nights a week for 4 hours a night. So this was I think Santa Fe was a Tuesday through Saturday gig. And that means 4 sets a night for 5 days. He called us something different every single set. He just was like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Naked Dancers, or ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Bruce Springsteen. Like he would just.
Well, he was fucking with you, yeah.
No, he had to because he couldn't call us a different name. So we couldn't come up with a different name consistently, and we were pissed. So we were like, fuck it, call us anything you want.
Yeah, well, Kate says it might be named Midnight Rodeo, but it's known to lots of people as the Hodeo.
You got that right, sister. Yeah.
The old timey mic and Tara's shot. Are we talking about this mic here? Go to your shot.
My shot?
Leave it here.
This one? Let me get that out of there. I dig it a lot. This, Jared.
Go to your shot.
It is my shot.
Oh, okay. This mic here? No, this is not a working mic. No. This is literally just like a plaster Paris statue.
It was a trophy that I was given.
It's literally just like.
Can I tell you the story?
Yeah, I guess if you want.
Well, somebody's asking about it.
No, he just said, "Is it work?" And I said, "No, it doesn't work. It's like a plaster Paris.
It is totally
whatever they call it. Is it plaster Paris?
It's pewter, I think. It's actually metal.
That is not pewter.
Feel it.
That is plaster as shit.
Okay. Either way.
Anyway,
it was given to me by the mother of one of my students. I don't know, 10 years ago. And it actually says on the bottom, see, there's stuff right there. It says, thanks for investing in the dreams of your students. So it was given to me.
That's awesome.
As a gift. And that's what that is. I wish it was real. That's really cool, but that's what that is. And that's sitting there. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, Jared said, oh, wait, it's not a mic. It's a Nokia cell phone. Yeah.
Right? It kind of looks like a Nokia cell phone.
Kind of is when you actually take a look at it.
Painted silver. Yes, that mic, he says.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight.
Jateri said the Cool Whips would have been sued faster than green Jello.
That's right. Unless you spelled it differently. You could have put like a K, KOOLWHIPZ.
Well.
No.
We did it. I think we're getting down to the end.
Are you talking about tonight's show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. We try to go about, I don't know, an hour or so on Thursday nights now, and you haven't been feeling good, so we need to tuck you back in bed.
I'm fine.
You're fine? Aw.
Julie says, I'm so sad I was late to the show. I love talking about bad band names.
Did I miss a comment of hers earlier?
Tom says the Cool Wimps.
Cool Wimps.
It could have been the Cool Wimps.
If I missed one of yours, Julia, from earlier, just please retype it because it's like way back up in the queue. But yeah, band names are fun. I love that topic because there's such some band names are like really amazing and some are really, really shitty. And then there's the ones in the middle that are like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What else?
What else? Anyway, it's a good time. It's a good time. Julie says, yes, you missed my comment. My favorite band name is I Can Lick Any Son of a Bitch in the House.
What kind of band is that?
That is too long of a name.
That's too long of a name. Machine Gun Symphony's long enough. Jeez, oh, pizza place. Jateri says, you can tell Dan isn't feeling well. He doesn't have his usual energy. Get better soon, my friend.
Thanks, but
yeah, he's been feeling poopy.
Thank you, guys. I do feel quite a bit shitty.
Shitty.
I'm trying to put on my game face.
That's right. Yeah.
And still had a good time. This has been fun. I like the hashtag story times.
I do.
They really help a lot.
It kind of builds the show a little bit.
Because I got stories about everything.
I will say, they're Southern rock. Punkish. Yeah, I kind of figured by that long ass name. So we decided to stay home from work today because of the stupid snow, like 8 inches or 10 inches or whatever you want to stick a stick in the ground and see what you got for snow. So we stayed home from work today, and it just so happened that Mr. Dan was not feeling well.
Well, to be clear, our shop is in the middle of bumfuck Egypt.
Yeah, we have to drive windy roads.
Even though there might be some cleared roads here in town, major roads, whatever, as soon as we get about halfway to our shop, we are right back into totally not plowed roads.
Right.
In fact, we talked about it just recently on Monday Morning Medication that the Greene County line, Greene County, as soon as that Greene County line ends, the plowing stops.
It's like, F you,
and I still
people.
got 2 miles to get to my shop.
Yeah.
Because Greene County is just like, we did what we're supposed to do.
And that's kind of exactly where I spun out and went through a fence 2 years ago in my Jeep. In a Jeep, kids. A Jeep.
Jared Isaac says, I'm here to tell you there's a big difference between 8 inches and 10 inches.
Nice. I love how you get a little raw on our show, but on your show, you stay pretty clean. So fun. We have some clips up on YouTube. Go check that out. You just search Unsung Screamers on YouTube. You can find that kind of stuff. And there's some fun clips that we clipped off when Jared bombed us on over a little after Christmas and brought us some gifts and stuff like that. So yeah, it gets a little racy. It gets a little fun. Jared's asking, how does Big Bird like the snow? We didn't drive it. Didn't even drive it. No. No, it's in the parking lot, in the driveway, along with both Jeeps. We're just sitting here. No, we're just fuck it. No, we're sitting there saying there. So Diane says, nice night, lovies. Feel better soon. If you have to get out, be safe. Yeah, we're not planning to go anywhere. Tomorrow it might be better. Unfortunately, we were planning to go to the Joe Coy comedy concert at the Galois tomorrow night, but he had 2 shows tonight and tomorrow, and he canceled to postpone. So that was a present for Bono this year for Christmas. So, all right, kids, we are going to round it out and say good night to you all. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you all. Once again, if you want to support the show, you know what to do. That shit's rolling around on the bottom of the screen.